Internet criticism is in an incredibly special place right now. Anyone can just post a review online with apps like Letterboxd, regardless of how long or short, serious or sarcastic, or even if it is just the biggest shitpost in the world. Take me for example. I'm not an official critic or a high-end filmmaker. I'm just a 21-year-old who enjoys making these videos to avoid the stress that comes with his uni degree. However, there's a movie that's come out recently which I feel has had a bunch of people completely miss the point of it, which has made me decide, yeah, fuck it, I'll make this video. So today I'm going to be talking about Alex Garland's 2024 epic, Civil War. Civil War is a movie that I went into incredibly skeptical. I love all the actors that are involved and all the other people, but Alex Garland is a man I have a very weird history with. I love Ex Machina, I loved Annihilation even more, and I didn't watch Devs, but then Men happened. I'm not going to get into Men. Whoa, not like that. Just because this movie is such a disappointment to me, and singer Dev Lemons actually did a really great video discussing all the issues that she has with the movie, which I agree with most of them, so I'm just going to link that video instead. But yeah, right off the bat, not looking forward to this one, Alex. But still, I'm going to try and walk in with a very open mind. For a filmmaker that clearly has a lot of talent, surely this wasn't a fluke. And yeah, spoiler alert, it wasn't a fluke. This movie fucking rocks. I'm over the moon about it. It really did come as a shock to me, and afterwards I went home and I witnessed the floods of people leaving the cinema and leaving their own thoughts online on stuff like Letterboxd and Twitter, and I realised maybe it was a good idea that I was really skeptical about this one. Alright, very quickly I'm going to talk about some things that I really enjoyed before I get into the large issue that people have with it online. And then to make matters worse, I'll get into the even bigger issue in the room. I will say off the bat, the acting is a large highlight for me. Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, and Kaylee Spaney are brilliant as expected. They're all actors that have done incredible stuff in the past, and they radiate every emotion needed to move each scene along, and it's probably the best part of the film. However, yes, I know Jesse Plemons steals that one scene that he's in. I know, I've seen it online, I agree, I'm not going to talk about that. He's very good in this. This film has a heart and soul that glues each scene together, and for the most part, he was my favourite part about each and every scene that he showed up. Of course, the amazingly talented Stephen McKinley Henderson. For an actor that is so unappreciated, yet such a veteran in this industry, I'm so glad that he's slowly been getting bigger and bigger roles in each film he's been in, whether this is Lady Bird or Dune or even Beau's Afraid. He just deserves all this praise. He's incredible, and I really hope to see him so much more stuff over the next few years. The editing and sound design is also very good. I saw this in IMAX, so I don't know if there is prejudice over how I feel about the sound design, but throughout many of the scenes that involved shooting, I was scared to fuck and I jumped out of my seat. The film also looks great, it's shot very well, and it has a very suitable soundtrack, which I really appreciated. There's a scene in the film that plays Breaker's Roar by Sturgill Simpson. It looks amazing and the song is very appropriate and it's just very touching, and it did actually make me quite a bit emotional when I was watching it. However, all good things must come to an end, and now we have to discuss the issues that people have with it online. It's not political enough. Okay. Let's calm down, you know? Calm before the storm. We're not going to go straight into that. We are, actually, but we're not going to go into it head first. Now, although this movie has received a large amount of positive feedback from people, there is still some backlash, and a lot of it seems to stem from the same issues. This isn't why it was marketed. It wasn't political enough. Why did it not pick a side? And I would love to speak about each of these points. Now, starting with the marketing. I try my best not to watch movie trailers before watching the actual films, so I actually had to watch this one after watching the movie to try and understand what these people actually meant. And I mean, yeah, it does kind of throw you off a little bit. It doesn't specifically show the viewer that the film itself is completely set around war journalists, but to say that the marketing lied as the film wasn't political, then I guess maybe we didn't watch the same film. I think the film is subtle in showing its political ideology throughout the film, but it is still there. There's small scenes like the snipers on the roof, the Jesse Plemons scene, which again is arguably the best part of the whole film, And I mean, not to mention the entire third act. This film is as political as it gets, man. The blueprints are there and it follows them perfectly. Sure, it isn't constantly spending its entire runtime shoving these views down our throat, but if the film really did this, would the people criticizing it really have enjoyed it anymore? Or would they just have something else to complain about? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I can't speak for everyone else. I just know that what we got was pretty close to perfect. And the final thing of people fearing that the film doesn't specifically pick sides. I mean, there is a point that as a war photographer, you should try and desensitize yourself from what you're taking pictures of. And I mean, that's kind of the entire point and theme of the film. But I mean, if you don't like the answer, then maybe watch the film again. It's pretty obvious what political area each character sides with, especially in that very last scene. And now, for my big finale, I will rant about big studios doing bad things. This is A24's biggest film ever made, with a budget of 50 million, and I mean, you probably have to double that for marketing too. And of course, with this being a big step in the right direction for them, they had to follow through by doing shitty things like other big studios do, like releasing AI posters. The debate on AI in film has already been discussed to death, with people like Karsten and Patrick Willems talking about it, but I'm throwing my 2 cents in, seeing as this is a topic that's very important to me, so I'm going to try and keep this statement very brief. The idea to use these posters is so stupid, it's almost as stupid as the usage of AI in Late Night of the Devil that completely tarnished the entire reputation of the film over a few small images that were used throughout. The use of AI to write scripts, make films, or even create promotional material like this film is completely moronic, it feels lifeless, and it has been repeatedly hated by film lovers all over the internet. And this is what I was saying at the start of the video. This is why film criticism is in such an amazing place right now. Because anyone that feels this form of passion for film is able to call out studios for doing this type of bullshit in hopes that they'll stop. I mean, what the fuck do you think that the strikes were for? AI was a big part of that. To close this off, I just have one final thing to say to filmmakers, artists, musicians, and just anyone else really that's involved in the arts. Stop using AI to take the easy way out of making art and pay your fucking artists. You can get so much better results with actual humans that are passionate about their fucking job. Thank you, as usual, for watching. A bit of a darker tone descending, but I mean, you know, it's something that needs to be said, and I'll happily say it. If you liked the video, let me know. Give it a like, subscribe, comment. Leave a comment if you've seen Civil War and you think I'm full of shit, or you agree with me. And watch my other videos as well that have been coming out the past few weeks, if you haven't. And thanks for watching. Fuck AI. Go see Civil War if you haven't. See ya.